Every business owner says they want a business that runs without them. Almost none of them actually build it. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because nobody actually showed them the architecture behind a business like this. And I don't mean the mindset stuff or the vision board, the actual architecture. What you build, in what order, so that the business does not depend on you showing up every day to actually function. I'm going to give you the exact system, step by step, the way I'd explain it to someone who is starting over from scratch. When most people picture a self-running business, they picture something passive, something that just hums along in the background. But that's not the goal I'm talking about. The goal is something much more practical, a business that continues to function at a high level when you're not the one driving every decision or doing every task. A business where the team can execute, the clients are served, and the revenue keeps coming in without you in the middle of everything. Most businesses don't have this, and the owner usually doesn't realize it until they try to take their first vacation in 3 years and they spend the whole week on their phone. The reason businesses stay dependent on their owners isn't that the owner is selfish or controlling. It's a structural issue. When you start a business, you make all of the decisions by default because you're the only one there. Then you hire the people. But hiring people without building a system just means now you have to micromanage people instead of just doing the work yourself, which probably would have been easier anyway. The dependency hasn't moved, it's just been redistributed into a team that still revolves around you. The business has grown, but the operating model hasn't been rebuilt. So now you're still the bottleneck, just at a larger scale, with a larger cost base and a team that's frustrated that nothing can move without your input. I think about a self-running business as having 3 layers. Layer 1, people. Someone is doing the work. You have some kind of team or contractor set up. Very basic. Layer 2, process. The way the work gets done is documented and standardized. There are clear expectations for quality, timeline, and communication. People can follow the process without asking you what to do next. Layer 3, performance. There's a feedback loop, a way of knowing whether the process is working without you personally reviewing every single output. Metrics, dashboards, regular check-ins give you signal without requiring your constant involvement. Building layer 1 without layer 2 means your team is always improvising. All 3 layers together means the business has its own nervous system. So if you're trying to implement this, here's what month 1 should look like. You need to map your critical workflows. Don't try to document everything. Find the 5 or 6 workflows that, if they broke, would actually damage the business. This is probably onboarding, fulfillment, billing, client communication. Document those first. Everything else can wait. In month 2, train and test. Hand each documented workflow to the person who's going to own it. Watch them execute. Note where they get stuck. Update the documentation. Run it again. After 2 or 3 cycles, it should produce the same output whether you're watching or not. Month 3, build the dashboard. Set up a simple weekly review, a shared spreadsheet would work, showing your 5 key metrics updated every single week. Make this the primary way you assess the business health. Stop trying to assess it by feel or by sitting in on calls that you don't need to be on. Month 4 and beyond, you remove yourself one area at a time. Pick the lowest risk area of the business and formally hand it off. Tell the person who is now responsible for that area, this is completely yours. Let them know that you'll be available for escalations, but that person owns the outcomes of that section of the business. Then actually step back. Check the metrics, stay in the signal, not the noise. Do this quarter by quarter. After a year, you'll find that there's maybe 1 or 2 areas that still actually require you personally. Everything else is running through systems and people who don't need you in the room. The business that runs without you isn't built in a day, but it is built in sequence. People, process, performance, in that order. One handed off area at a time. Start with your highest stakes workflow. Write it down. That's the first brick. If you want to keep going deeper on this, subscribe to this channel. Every week, I give you another piece of the operating system so you can build a legitimate business. I'll see you in the next video.